Hello and welcome to our most recent virtual cruise event featuring Carnival Cruise Lines. And joining me today in our Carnival Fun Cafe in Fort Lauderdale, I am excited to have with me, I'm Drew Daly, your host, and I'm excited to have with me from Carnival Cruise Lines, Senior Vice President of Sales and Trade Marketing, Adolfo Perez.
Hello.
And Senior Director of Strategic Partnerships, Erin Douglas.
Hello.
Well,
Glad
Erin,
to be here.
We're so excited to have you. Look, the sky ride.
I thought we were on board the ship.
I feel like I'm
know.
aboard Carnival Vista right now. So this cafe is like gets me in the vibe to go have some fun and go take it on one of the rides around the course. But first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to join me and to join all of our customers tonight and today to talk about Carnival Cruise Lines and the reasons why they should be on a Carnival cruise, what's the destinations they can go to, all this fun stuff. So we're going to go through a bunch of different questions. We've done this before. It's intended to be conversational. And for all of you out there as you're watching, if you have questions, you can certainly submit them, but the best advice I have is to reach out to your travel agent because they are the real true travel expert that can answer your questions specifically as it relates to what your fun looks like aboard Carnival Cruise Lines, and so that they can certainly help you make your booking with Carnival Cruise Lines fast, efficient, and they'll make sure they get you on the right ship where all the fun will unfold. So that being said, so Adolfo, I'm going to just ask, tell us about what is life like on board a Carnival cruise?
So a Carnival cruise, I think, is a pretty unique experience. You get the opportunity to really be yourself. We always say, come as you are. We are what we consider America's cruise line, so we have all sorts of great opportunities on board for our guests to have a great time. So whether your fun is relaxing by Serenity, in Serenity, which is our adults-only retreat, sipping a cocktail, reading a book, or playing in the pool, or going down the water slides. I mean, we have something for everyone. So whether it's you being a kid at heart or you and your family with your kids, there's something to do for everyone on board. Very relaxing.
Well, I couldn't agree more, but you mentioned America's Cruise Lines,
yes,
which I love. And I love the fact that Carnival Cruise Lines, you can literally, if I was in any market, I could drive to a ship or to a port. Versus flying for that matter. So the fact that Carnival is entrenched all around the U.S., so it provides a lot of options.
We have 15 home ports around the U.S.
15? Okay.
Starting from New York, going down to Baltimore, we have Charleston, Jacksonville, all around Florida, all the way to the West Coast and Long Beach. And about 50% of the U.S. population lives within a 5-hour driving distance of one of our ports. So talk about convenience, right?
Well, it's convenient and value, Erin. It saves money from having to have to buy the airfare. You could certainly choose to fly if you want to, but the driving, especially for families, it cuts down on that expense.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it makes for a fun road adventure before you get on your cruise. Erin, so I know Adolfo just mentioned the 15 ports and the different within the 5-hour drive market. What kind of itineraries? That's been a question that's popped up a lot that Carnival offers.
We have great itineraries. We have sailings all the way from 3 days to 24 days. So we have everything from Bahamas, and now it's ever so popular. We have Cuba sailings, Eastern, Western, exotic Eastern. We have some new ports in there, some private islands. We have some ships that stop at our sister's private island, Princess Keys. And we have Bermuda this year, which is doing really, really well and driving a lot of excitement.
And now's the market for Bermuda, right?
Oh, absolutely,
This is the season.
In fact, the Carnival Horizon that just launched is now doing 4-day cruises from New York to Bermuda, as well as 8-day cruises to the Caribbean.
Well, I can't let you throw anything out about the Carnival Horizon, as I had it as a later question, but let's talk about it. No, congratulations and welcome to the new ship. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you what's on the horizon, but the Horizon's here. So what is going on with, what is up with the Carnival Horizon? So in terms of...
So the Horizon is a sister to the Carnival Vista, which was our the ship that we launched a couple years ago, and she's the almost an exact replica as far as the superstructure of the ship, but we've added some really cool new things on board. So some new dining features like teppanyaki and our bonsai sushi. We also offer teppanyaki, which is always a great fun dining experience, chopping up the stuff and throwing little shrimp tails in the air and stuff like that.
I can never catch it.
Yeah, I know, neither can I. And we've also replaced the Red Frog Pub with the Guy Fieri's Smokehouse Brew House. So we have our own brewery on board. We brew 4 different craft beers on board. And we offer lunch on sea days out on the promenade outside of the restaurant. And then during the evening, we offer very nominal charge for amazing food, my favorite thing. And if you go on board the Horizon, you need to try the trash can nachos. Sounds
trash can nachos.
Trash can nachos, out of this world. Pulled pork, nachos, beans, pico de gallo. Just really.
I wish we were on board right now so we could try that.
You don't understand. And then the water park that we have on board is themed now with Dr. Seuss, so it's our first themed water park. Really, really cool, beautiful. Characters everywhere.
I was going to say I saw the Grinch on board with some pictures right near the pool that people were posting.
Exactly,
so that's pretty neat, especially for kids, right? Kids love that type of.
Well, and if you're a kid at heart, too.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Erin, from that perspective, because I think this resonates to why someone would want to go on a Carnival cruise for their dream vacation. But outside of the family and activities, what reasons, like why should a consumer who's never been on a cruise before, or maybe if they have been on a cruise, why should they do a Carnival cruise for their next dream vacation?
You know, I think what makes Carnival so special is we have so many choices, and we're really a product for everybody. We really appeal to every age group. There's so much to do, and as I said before, we offer amazing value. It's a great opportunity to try a lot of things at a great price. If you want to travel on your own, if you want to bring friends and family, it's just a product that's really suited for everyone. And there's so much to do. You won't be able to do it in one, so you'll have to do another.
Yeah, I think something else that we offer too is that we have a lot of short cruises, and like I said, we're all over the U.S. So if you want to try a cruise for the first time, you've never been on a cruise, I think Carnival's the perfect brand for you because we're conveniently located. We have shorter products, so if you want to give a short product a try, even though you're going to have a great time on a long product as well, you have the opportunity to do that. The other thing that we do that no other cruise line does is offer a great vacation guarantee, and that is we guarantee you're going to have a good time. If not, we will actually fly you back from the port of call at our expense. We'll give you 110% back of your cruise fare, and
you'll fly them back.
We'll fly them back, at our expense.
That's phenomenal. So if someone out there that is hemming and hawing between, I don't want to go on a cruise. Should I try a cruise? That's a perfect reason why they should try a Carnival cruise.
And we're the only ones that do it, so you have to give us a shot.
That's great. Well, you heard them. So make sure you reach out to your travel agent for helping you with that.
The best guarantee you'll never need.
So what about it is? Because that's true too. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Like you have that guarantee. It's never used.
Yeah, I mean, it has been used, and to be honest with you, most of the times people use it because they've either had an emergency back home, or they got into a fight with their husband, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, whatever, and they want to get off the ship for that reason, not because they're having a bad time. But we don't ask questions. You can get off for whatever reason.
That's great. Well, I know for sure that there's no reason anybody would ever have to take advantage of it. I've been on many Carnival Cruise Lines cruises, and they're just awesome. And there's so many great places that I think of as we're talking about where I want to be on the ship. The Sky Ride, one of them. What is your favorite spot on the ship?
So, can I say more than one?
Sure.
My favorite spot during the day is definitely Serenity. Serenity adult only retreat. So there's lounge chairs, there's hammocks, there's drinks, there's a salad bar. Really perfect for kind of getting away if you like to be, kind of secluded off. My second favorite place is Alchemy. Yeah, it's like the heartbeat of the ship, and great craft cocktails. It's almost like going into an apothecary. And you have these pharmacists putting together your drinks for different things. And
pharmacist, I love that.
Yeah, they're dressed up in pharmacists to fill out your prescription. It's pretty cool.
Prescription cocktails.
Yeah. So Erin, what about you?
My favorite spot on the ship actually is the coffee bar. I love the coffee bar. I always start my day there. I always love to book my cabin right near the stairwell so that I can do a quick trip up. I see everybody getting ready. Gives me a chance to kind of unwind, sit there in the nice little cafe, watch the people go by. And then, like Adolfo, I have more than one. Second favorite has to be Guy's Burger Joint.
Oh my God, I forgot.
So hard to walk past Guy's and not stop.
They're the best burgers.
They really
best
are.
burgers ever. And I love the seafood shack. I'm all about the food, and I love our new seafood shack and sitting at the back and having nice peel and eat shrimp or my crab legs and watching the ocean. Yeah. So I got a few too.
Have you tried Gigi's on board Vista?
I have. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
All right, good.
Asian food.
What's your favorite?
I think there's so many places, Erin, that's my favorite. But one of the things is I'm asking you this question, so I love that you asked me, is I just love when you just get on board. Like the moment you walk on and the main atrium opens up and it welcomes you and it's so vibrant and reminds you. It's like, and I loved how you said that the Alchemy is the heartbeat of the ship. I think this would be like your entryway to that, right? Like it's just where the vibe's at. And I love what I think Carnival does so many great things, but one aspect that unfolds a lot in the atrium is how the cruise director really, and their whole entertainment team brings the ship to life there with dancing, entertainment. And let's talk about that a little bit with regards to, because one of my favorite things is how you really have that personal connection with your passengers on board. When it relates to the entertainment staff or the cruise director, they've become their own, the cruise director especially has become their own celebrities, if you will. And people go on cruises just because of them.
Yeah, so well, John Heald has like 900,000 followers on his blog. I mean, that's how, important they are to the experience on board the ship.
Yeah, and which I love that Carnival as a brand enables them to have that connection with the customers. And for those that have never cruised before, that person is the one that becomes the face of the brand for you on the ship and really helps you have fun. And I think that one thing's for sure, on every Carnival ship, fun is abound. So.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say one of the things that I think makes Carnival special is that, obviously it's important to have all the bells and whistles on the ship, the sky ride, the water park, Guy Fieri's burgers, all those things. But I think that one of the things that we do differently that people really end up connecting with our crew, our staff, your room steward becomes like your best friend, your waiter, you really develop this great relationship. Every time you walk by somebody, they say hello to you, they're they're sincere and really want to welcome you on board their ship, which is their home, and then you're home for that time that you're on the cruise.
That's great. And they're just so appreciative that people are there and wanting to travel. So let's talk about destinations. Erin, what's your favorite destination where Carnival goes?
So it changes, but I think right now it would be Aruba. Yeah, I fell in love with our exotic Eastern itinerary, and I think Aruba is my favorite spot. I love the beaches there, the shopping, the breezy atmosphere.
It's a great island. What about you, Adolfo?
So I would say that my favorite spot is, we don't actually sail there. We actually sail to St. Thomas, but you can take the ferry or one of our tours over to St. John to Trunk Bay, and I think it is literally paradise on earth. The water is crystal clear. It's almost fluorescent. It's a very special place for me, and it really is out of this world,
And that's one thing as we talk destinations. I mean, Carnival sails, and as you mentioned, from 15 different ports, from anywhere from 3 days all the way up to plus 10. Ultimately, you're having these opportunities and options where people can have their ship be their mechanism to take them on this journey where they're getting to become more intimate with these crown jewels of Caribbean islands or Mexican islands. And it's just each place in and of themselves, you find these magical moments. And what Carnival, I believe, does a great job with too is they're building the infrastructure in some of the ports. So even like Amber Cove or Grand Turk. So they think those specifically resonate a lot. And I hear great things from passengers because it becomes more activities. That's almost like the ship went ashore.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, we have shops in those ports that cater to the local market, that have local vendors. We have zip lining at Amber Cove. We have overwater bungalows you can rent,
cabanas,
huge pools. I mean, that's a perfect way to say it. It's like extending the ship onto land. And sometimes people don't feel like doing something else other than just hang out by the ship, and it's a perfect spot.
And there's plenty of people out there, because I see them in some of the messages they're putting on the screen. Like they're like, oh, I've been to most islands. Like the fact that I can go to an island more than once and do these different activities, they look for that. And I think an avid cruiser, or even someone new to cruising, you want to keep you and your entire group of people traveling with you entertained. So.
And I think too that the fact that you can go on board the ship, unpack one time, and get the opportunity to visit multiple places. So if you're on a 7-day or 8-day cruise where you go to maybe 4 ports, if you were to do that by air, that's not so much fun. Yeah, exactly. So it's really convenient. It's all about that unpacking and relaxing from that moment until the end of the cruise.
All right, so Erin, I have to ask, because some of our viewers have heard about Carnival Cruise Line's new CFO. So can you give some insight into this? Because I'm seeing some comments here that it's kind of comical. And CFOs are not normally entertaining and fun, but I love what Carnival has done. So
so we have a new CFO. He's Shaq O'Neal, and he's larger
than life.
As in the
basketball?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Shaquille O'Neal?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq.
The Shaq. So he's representing our brand. We couldn't think of anybody better, really, to suit our brand. He really embodies everything Carnival. He's larger than life, he's fun, he's outgoing, he's really all that we are. And we just thought it was a perfect fit.
Well, it's a lot of fun seeing the commercial he does, and on your website seeing some of his involvement there.
And we should clarify, CFO is Chief Fun Officer. Chief
Not
Financial Officer.
Thank you.
That would be Jim Heaney.
Yes, thank you, Adolfo.
We didn't replace him.
But that's one of the things I loved about what Carnival did, Chief Fun Officer. I love that title. I think it's so great. So, and Shaquille O'Neal, it sounds like he's bringing and helping raise awareness for cruising as well. So.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, like you were saying, he's so much fun. He's bigger than life. Just, yeah,
And apparently
perfect.
he's very fun to work with.
Yeah.
And let's just get a little bit more granular, just because I think it's an interesting perspective, because we do have first-time cruisers or people that have never been on a cruise before. So what does a Carnival cruise vacation include?
So it includes your accommodations. It includes all of your meals, all of the entertainment. We also offer opportunities where you can pay a little bit extra to do special things, but for the most part, every single thing is included.
It would be easier to say what's not.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which I think that when you're talking about, which is my next question, who is the ideal customer for a Carnival cruise? So families are a big corner of that. And when you're looking at a family's expense, the cruise vacation adds a lot of value for them. But I don't want to lead the witness. I do want to, like, would you say families is a prime market?
We do have a market for multi-generational, and families is a huge market for us. And we also have what we call that relaxed extrovert that just loves to have a good time. They get engaged. They're looking for new experiences. They're very optimistic, outgoing.
Don't mind trying new things.
Yeah, and it just, the product really suits their personality.
Yeah, the other one that we call is our kid pleasers, and I'm sure families out there, you all know how important it is to make the kids happy so that you're happy on board as well. And we have something for everyone. We have the kids' activities, we have the different kids' clubs. And what's great is that it's a vacation where you can have some of your own time with your husband, your wife, your partner, and your kids can have a great time on their own. And then of course you get back together and you have time together. And it's really, really a great way to vacation if you're a family.
And I couldn't agree more. And I think what Carnival's done has been really transformative. I love how you go into the library and there's like a wine dispenser. Because it's just like, as an adult, you want to unwind and maybe have some wine, but read a good book. And people still go to the library, which is great to see. There's lots of things unfolding. And I love that you have the piano bar on board, so lots of fun and different venues that people can have some fun at night, the adults and the young.
Our IMAX theater where families can go and watch movies together, and there's so many options.
Yeah. I was going to say that we've invested a lot in live music. We've found that our guests love live music, so we have trios and we have quartets, live singing. It really is different than just listening to music, being played over speakers.
And karaoke.
And karaoke.
Oh, love
They
the karaoke.
love karaoke.
And lip sync battle.
And
Don't
lip
forget
sync
about
battle.
that.
Karaoke's a lot of fun. I mean, that's a great.
Yeah.
You'd rather do it on a cruise ship because you'll never run into these people again. At least you hope you won't.
But we use some of our musicians and singers so that when you're doing karaoke, it's like superstar karaoke, they have backup.
Oh, fun.
So you have that extra confidence to go out there and be the star you always wanted to be, and they'll support you all the way. It's super fun.
That's great. When you talk about the different entertainment and the different activities and all the different amenities on board, the worst part about a Carnival cruise is for it to come to an end, right?
Yes.
So I know that there's a lot, you guys have a high repeat rate, you're the largest cruise line, so many people have traveled and experienced your brands, your product. What is some words that you can use to describe the experience for anyone? So I'll start with Adolfo and then I'll ask Aaron too. But what describes Carnival, the brand?
Again, I would say that it's a very welcoming environment. So you walk on board and you feel like you're at home in the sense that you're welcome. Everybody wants you to be there. It's a very relaxed atmosphere. You don't have to put on airs. You don't have to be somebody special to be on a Carnival cruise. You can be somebody special and still have a great time, but you can just be yourself. And I think that we provide the opportunity for people to kind of let their hair down, have fun their way. And like I said, fun for some might be Serenity, others might be the hairy chess competition, others might be going to the bar, whatever it is that you want to do. So I think that we offer something for everyone in a very relaxing, I don't have to be somebody that I'm not, so I don't feel embarrassed kind of environment on board. Come as you are is what we say. Come as you are.
Come as you are. What about you, Aaron?
I would say we are fun, we're welcoming, and engaging. And even those people, most of our customers don't have a problem getting up and having a good time, but if anyone's a little hesitant, our staff is very good at making them feel comfortable and helping them join in the fun.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to make sure to reiterate is your cabin size. You are some of the largest at sea. Which can you speak to about that? Just provide some insight for those that maybe have no frame of reference.
Yeah. So our cabins, our standard cabins, are 185 square feet. If you get, there are obviously larger rooms. There's suites. There's smaller, the smaller.
There is something
suites.
For everyone.
There is something for everybody. There's
family
the
suites.
Family suites. There's the Havana Cabana cabins. You can have your own balcony, which I highly recommend. And it's very comfortable. I mean, the bedding is, you sleep like a baby on these beds. They're super comfortable. There's plenty of closet space. We have a lot of hangers. I know that a lot of times that's a problem. We have families that sometimes 4 or 5 will go in one stateroom. We have rooms that have 2 bathrooms. So you can get, dressed as a family and not be on top of each other the whole time. So there's really a lot.
And adjoining staterooms too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
We also have spa staterooms.
Spa staterooms.
Yeah.
Tell us about the spa stateroom.
Maybe if they're wanting to do like a girlfriend getaway or a more relaxed vacation, we have some spa cabins, and they're situated very close to the spa. And they come with all the amenities in the cabin that we use in the spa. And you have access that's very close. So if you want to go back and forth in your nice fluffy robe and your slippers, and you don't have to go through public areas.
Yep.
Okay,
and you
sign me up.
Yeah, me too. And then of course you get a few fitness classes and priority reservations. So you could really go with us and have a complete R&R spa vacation.
Right.
While others are having a completely different vacation.
So whether it's a relaxing vacation, a family vacation, or a spa vacation, Carnival Cruise is for you, right?
Yes.
So, and one thing I want to make sure as we talk through the different offers, there is an exclusive offer that you should all be talking to your travel agent about. So make sure you ask your travel agent about the Carnival exclusive offer that we have running right now, and you choose. You can get a reduced deposit with a 2-category upgrade or a $50 onboard credit offer. And I think what I love what you said, Adolfo, where you were saying, I would recommend a balcony. Talk to your travel agent about going in a higher category, because sometimes it's only the difference of $10 per person per day to get a balcony stateroom or even a suite. You never know. So talk to them and have that conversation. And as we're talking to and bringing the message about what Carnival Cruise Lines is like on board, I'm curious, Erin, from your perspective, why do you recommend that consumers use, when they book their vacations, use a travel agent?
So I think the biggest asset of using a travel agent when you book your vacation is booking your vacation is only the first step of your vacation. Once you get on board, it's a whole different experience. And especially if it's your first time, and maybe if you're traveling with a family, your travel partner, your travel agent is able to tell you all the little ins and outs to make your vacation super fun from day 1, opposed to figuring it out on day 4 or 5, and you go, you know what, next time I would do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
They can help you plan right from the get-go. They can let you know by the itinerary, these are the ports that I would really recommend you do a shore excursion in. These are ports that are a little bit more built up, like Amber Cove. So if you just wanted to go off the ship and have a good time, you could do that there. But maybe another port, like let's say for example Belize, I would really recommend a shore excursion because there's not as much to do and walk around when you get off the ship, and that can make a big difference when it's only 7 days.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Well, it's also that you hear, if I only knew, and that's where a travel agent can come in and help educate.
Yeah. Well, a good travel agent invests in themselves, in learning about the different products that they sell. They go on board, they do seminars at sea, they spend time on their own vacations going on cruises. And as Erin was saying, they're the ones that can give you all the advice on all the little things that you'd never think about on your own. And not only that, it's just like, to me, it's like having a personal assistant handle all the details for me. How many of you would want to have a personal assistant? Well, here's a way to do it to plan your vacation. You don't have to do anything other than say yes or no.
So with regards to that, when you look at outside of booking with a travel agent, are there any other tips, Adolfo, that you would recommend that a consumer will do before booking their Carnival cruise? Like, what would you recommend?
Yeah, I think obviously, like I said, travel agents have all the knowledge. Well, guess what? Your friends do too. Your friends, your family, your social media networks. Ask people who have done it about tips and tricks that they've done on board cruises to make sure that they get, you get their experience to help you plan your vacation and to have, the best vacation you can possibly have.
That's great. And there's so many different options. So as we have, and we started with the Sky Ride, I guess we're going to be closing with the Sky Ride. But let's talk about the activities aboard. What can people expect outside of the Sky Ride? But what are some other activities on board? We talked through some already, but if there were some that you could just high level talk through.
Well, I mean, the entertainment, we have shows on board, obviously. So we have production shows. We have multiple production shows throughout the cruise. They're high energy. They're a lot of fun. The great music. Our singers sing and dance live. It's not pre-recorded voices or anything. We also have, like I said, music. It's a big part of our offering on board. Our guests love the live music, so that's another opportunity. We have a dance club on board. As I said, we have the water park. We have the Sky Course, which is the ropes course, which is right next to Sky Ride, and that's a lot of fun as well. We have pools. We just have
activities
games,
all through the
lip sync
day,
battle,
live game shows,
the Hasbro game shows. So there's all sorts of. I couldn't even possibly name everything that we do on board. It's just fun-packed day. You get it on your app. You know exactly. You know, you look to see what you want to do. You pick the things you want to do and you do them, or do nothing at all.
Well, and as I said, I think earlier was that the one complaint is that it comes to an end, right? And that's why even right now, as we come to an end of our time together at this virtual cruise event, I have to say, based on the comments, I mean, you certainly both of you have helped us enlighten everyone on what the value of a Carnival Cruise Line is and brings to the table. There's so much fun on board. You're definitely missing out. So I want to thank Erin and Adolfo for your time today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We love the insight that you provided. You can certainly look to our website, but also speak to your travel agent to have them help you figure out which Carnival cruise is right for you. But thank you all for taking the time to join us today. We hope you learned something new, but one thing we're sure of, we'll see you soon on a Carnival cruise. Make it a great day. Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Choose fun.